Get started with this one. Red on red, or orange, depending on how your eyes are. NRG versus the Ultimates, getting it going in Swiss round 2. Can you believe it's only round 2? Let's get it going.
We got ourselves a North American standoff. The double regional champions of NRG have to squabble up against the reassembled Ultimate squad once more. And we had an exciting sweep just now when in that European show match there. And we'll see how North America will look firing in their second match. And Daniel's already putting shot on target, and Beast Mode almost followed up. NRG striking early.
Well, Chronic was the one to score that final goal that went in the last time they played against NRG in overtime, the game winner. And I still remember that moment. Chronic had put his face in his hands like he couldn't even believe that he had just done it. And it was awesome to see as this one, Ultimates almost had a chance there. That they really work well as a unit, and I think Chronic is always the key factor for me when I'm looking at this team. You expect the consistency from LJ and First Killer. But Chronic seems to be the one where if he's feeling comfortable, I truly believe that Ultimates can absolutely take that title of being the best in North America. They are the first team in a while in NA that we've seen that can actually go toe-to-toe with this team in NRG.
Woo! Off the bar, Daniel. Oh my God, saved by First Killer. Eventually bled through, and NRG showing their chemistry off the bat. And that's going to be the big difference, right? There's a lot more time between the boys of NRG. They've gone through thick and thin to the World Champions, every grand final, while as LJ, First Killer, Chronic, just the talent, the individual, and the solo play making ability is all there. But Ultimates will find themselves behind until First Killer just drives this one through by force.
Drag is right. First Killer couldn't get the timing on Daniel's double tap to get the clear. Ended up flubbing it. And this time he blows right through easy. Gets a great first touch. And it's deceptive because he can go for either. He can push the ball up, force the ball up to the ceiling. But he only had eyes on the demo there. Keeping that ball tight. Great play from First Killer.
All eyes on this tie series as well. Here's the press from Ultimates as First Killer just delaying things against Atomic, and to strike again against NRG. The lead goes to Ultimates.
If Beast Mode leaves the play, Atomic, it kind of taken a weird angle on the approach there. I wish I could go back from Atomic's POV and see that. It was just awkward because Beast Mode's rotating back. Daniel's on the opposite sides. He's not going to be able to do anything. But Atomic kind of freezes. He's like, wait. First Killer's turned towards net. I got to jump and try to make this play. And then First Killer's like, it's too late, buddy. You're dusted. And an easy goal. So First Killer just doing First Killer things, which is taking over the game early. And taking advantage of that corner positioning there from NRG.
A good tempo from Ultimates, but not holding on to that lead. Just the immediate response, and it's Daniel with the kickstart. And then look at Atomic, Beast Mode, all the wires connecting. And it's electric watching NRG and how they've developed now with a new banner to represent a flag that they want to wave at the World Championship one day. But Ultimates has been their rival through North America, so this is a rivalry I'm looking forward to seeing how it develops.
And poor Chronic on that last play. If NRG's wires are connected, his wire was fried on that bounce in the corner. Absolutely ruined. NRG will take that bounce all day, though. That's the difficulty. Gotta play perfectly against this team. I think the same has to be said for NRG. I don't think that they can really afford to make many mistakes in this series. This First Killer, the ball by him. See if NRG can keep that pressure up. Start with some boost steals.
Yeah, Ultimates having two back, feeling pretty safe and stable. As LJ downfield is a passing option, feels like he has to be on the retreat to help support the Ultimates defense. Having some troubles going through the clears. Even a bouncer, great read from Daniel to just rocket that towards the net. So Ultimates have really had to have their head on a swivel. It's not been easy to have space. Dangerous ball that First Killer escorts to the side.
And First Killer is forced to abandon the boost, and that means it gets stolen by NRG. Now you get demoed. First Killer still has nothing in the tank either. They still had the space though. Got the ball in the hood. You can still make a play. As NRG were coming back, nobody was there to challenge you initially. You stop the ball, shows you what control can give you, even when you don't have any gas in the tank. And look, Ultimates, they created something where NRG should have had the pressure there, but they caught another little gap in NRG's rotation. They don't get anything out of it on that one. Still shows you on the defense, Ultimate's been able to squirrel their way out of a couple.
Yeah, when Ultimates went up against Luminosity, they were just peppering that net non-stop. So they're very much used to maintaining pressure and a dominance at the start of the game. NRG, though, very much a different opponent. As NRG's offense getting stifled there as the midfield scramble, and First Killer just picked up a full tank, so they'll be first up and a double available. They'll drop down to LJ, tries to 50 down against Atomic, but safe and sound is NRG.
Daniel shaky on that catch as he came down. He didn't have a ton of boost either. Beast mode gets them back downfield. LJ ended up getting a clean catch. Now he just whiffs the ball. And no boosts, and Chronic's touch wasn't there. So really disjointed on both ends there for about 20 seconds. Both teams trying to reset with a couple of boomers.
Yeah, momentum was really cooked from Ultimates. You just had to abandon the ball and go for boosts, as you said, when they were just drained of those resources. And NRG knocking at the door for a lead with 41 seconds left. And here's LJ running out of boost. Atomic good read, but Chronic gets tossed to the side. Here comes NRG, the bulldozer of North America. But a good 50 and a pop up there from First Killer, buying time as Daniel with the fake runs out of boost and can't play the mind games against Chronic.
Daniel had a little bit in the tank there, tried to grab the reset, just couldn't stick the ball to his car. Now a huge fake from Beast Mode. And, well, if Daniel can't get it done, Beast Mode certainly will, won't he? Wave dash to catch it on the speed. First Killer opts to not challenge him immediately. He's last man back. Doesn't want that ball just bouncing right back into second man of NRG. So you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, which is defend against Beast Mode as the last man. And by the way, you're not already in position. Good luck.
Yeah, and the whole play got flipped on its head, and Ultimates had sent 2 downfield,
nice.
Leaving a 1v1, and great save so far. As Ultimates 10 seconds, and this could be the equalizer. It all depends if we can stop Daniel. As First Killer has the 180, get this away from him, and now you have to travel from across the plane, and it's not gonna happen. Game 1 to NRG.
Honestly, not really a clean game from either team. About as shaky as I think you'll see either of them against each other, trying to feel each other out. I mean, Beast Mode short. Few teams can really take him down. That's how I feel about First Killer on Ultimates, and I think he was putting on a similar performance early in the game, and they just couldn't put it together. But Forbidden Temple, we'll see if more of the team can get involved here as we get things figured out before we get into game 2.
I love the Ultimates hoodie gang too, because you got jerseys, you got hoodies, t-shirts. I love the different styles that are coming in with the different orgs and banners coming to represent. So glad we're getting
rid of jerseys. We're getting some esports wear that isn't like, you know, jerseys are for people touching grass. Okay, we don't touch grass around here.
We drive on them. Fake grass.
Fake grass. Yeah.
Grass.
On a screen. I like my 2D monitors. My 2D world. Thank you very much. I guess it's fake 3D.
Yeah, but hey, there's grass somewhere, so no one has to know the details. So
I can look at grass through my window and then close my blinds because it scares me.
And they're on land, so they had to touch grass to get here.
Matt, did you though? You could technically get to the airport.
Pick you up from the garage? Like,
well, what? Do you not have concrete? Do you have grass right outside your door? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do live in a desert. You're right. I had to trample through the sand to find my airport.
Yeah. Grass can't grow on sand, fun fact, chat. But they're all extremely educated in chat. I know they all knew that.
Oh, for sure.
Finally underway here in game 2. And what I'm hoping for is some cleaner gameplay. I want a little bit of that fast action we got in the last open when these two teams played against each other. Daniel, I think there was a couple of grabs that he had that he couldn't quite connect on. And okay. You know, if it's ugly and it works, guess what, Lemon? It still works.
Yeah, it's an ugly Triforce, but it's still got some truth to it. Like, banger off the post, Atomic hits the other post, everyone's getting love, and Ultimates pretty much hated that. But NRG to send the house like that and to still win the hand, Ultimates just one slip by, one clear, that could be punished, but it's NRG that scored. We'll see if that's how much work it takes to score against Ultimates.
Oh, getting tackled. A bit of space for Daniel, lines up the 50 as well. Beast Mode having to hop over Chronic. First Killer just too far off of Daniel. Daniel starting to make work of it. 50 bounces high up. Beast mode is good enough to get the catch, though. A little precarious for ultimates right now. Beast mode, they were hoping for either a tackle or if he could get some kind of tip in. Either way, you just throw it towards beast mode. Something good might happen as LJ gets it back downfield here for ultimates.
Yeah, if ultimates are going to turtle up like that, I'm worried that they're never going to have that clear, and NRG can circle them like vultures and look for bumps like that. Even more contact plays for beast mode if that happens. Meanwhile, he's gone, and this just floats into the net from LJ.
He said, meanwhile, he's gone. Yes, sir. Gets the catch. Daniel turns around and is like, oh, God, I'm dead. What are you going to do about it? Your teammate's dead. Beast mode respawns, but it doesn't matter. Great demo on the back end. Nothing Daniel could do. I mean, that's a tough spot. You turn, you hope you can jump early and catch that flick out. But he's on the wrong side of the ball for that. And that's a great flick from LJ. Good catch from NRG.
Just the one counterattack to rule them all. So that's all it took. And LJ just trying to bully his way into the net. First killer will add on as Atomic with a booming clear, but with Chronic getting the beat on Daniel, now it's a midfield scramble, leaving Chronic with a second touch, another shot on target. NRG are warding away a lot of this attack, but how can they take the ball up high to get past Ultimate's two back, and a defense that won't falter yet.
Not yet. First killer, no midfield boost, and he conceded the touch. LJ had to hop in front of that challenge. Ended up being light work. Looked a little scary for a moment. Moments like that, first killer. There's just no way out of that corner, is there? Atomic, no boost, but he gets through. First killer, hard touch. Chronic trying to dive back as well. Just trying to prevent that NRG quick attack. It isn't really coming. NRG sitting waiting for Chronic to dive back like that. There's twice now he's come on the blindside challenge, but NRG haven't actually gone for the ball in those moments. They at least have the awareness there, and a demo. Daniel keeps it tight on the flip, flicks it past another. Beast mode in the air, another demo from Daniel. But there's no opening at all. Atomic is left flat on the ground. There was no way for him to find an angle. His first killer, what? Okay, bouncing that ball all over the place off the ceiling. Beast mode gets to rip it right back. LJ expends the tank.
Yeah, and as NRG are going for these aerial dribbles, they're so good at also getting rid of the ball quickly and doing their best to not lose at 50, but not let the opponent win it either. And then that gives time for the demos for NRG, but to still not find a gap when you remove that many defenders is crazy. And then NRG also scaling back to not let a counterattack that Ultimates have up their sleeve, but it doesn't matter. Just no one in the net, two up front for Ultimates. Doesn't matter how far back NRG play.
I mean, there was such a weird read for Beast Mode, but Daniel initially doesn't get the touch he wants out into the corner. He leaves the ball. Either he misses that follow-up touch in the corner, or he intentionally left it. I'm not smart enough to know which one it was, but either way, it wasn't the result that he wanted. And then Beast Mode has to catch up to the read. And like a bunch of action happens immediately before I can really finish what happened, but Beast Mode misses the read. Daniel had no boost. There was no boost in the corner for him to take. It was just an absolute disaster there for NRG. And nothing does it. But if Daniel gets that touch up in the corner, that's why I feel like he definitely didn't mean to miss that ball initially in the corner, because it cost NRG, very obviously. And Ultimates, they get the paycheck for it.
Yeah, Ultimates really fortify the net. When they look like they have their backs against the wall, they still save everything, and NRG are going for short passes from the corner, even go for some fakes, some critical bounces that Ultimates have had great reads on. How do they develop from here? LJ from the ceiling, Chronic up high, Atomic meets him halfway, and LJ signing up for round 2, where Atomic is just gonna stifle that now. In midfield has been difficult for Ultimates to easily, smoothly transition to, and just like a rocket open to crash back down to earth and making room, making bumps, and LJ shines.
Good shot too from LJ. You still had a defender to beat here as Beast Mode came across and got chipped off the wall. LJ sees Daniel, knows that that right side will be a little bit easier, so he approaches quickly and attacks smartly. Gets that right side, almost guarantees Ultimates the game 2 here. There's not plenty of time, but there is a little bit of time for NRG. Nice soft touch from Atomic to start, but Chronic's right there. That'll freeze Atomic for a moment.
NRG have felt frozen. They had the first goal of the game, and then what happened? The first counterattack had him on the back foot. Now the lead fully in Ultimate's way. Not a lot of time, but Atomic will keep this close. 25 seconds for NRG to force an overtime.
Man, not a lot of time, but enough time. First killer couldn't get back to that challenge. Again, one of those moments where I wish I could have seen it from First Killer's perspective to see how exactly he was lining that one up. But all of Ultimates were in hurry-up mode. Now NRG have bought themselves a try.
It's Atomic with a full tank, Beast Mode Daniel moving forward, and the 50s as Ultimates haven't decisively gotten control of the situation. It's NRG, Beast Mode, no, LJ gets a beat, and Chronic's up next, and a lot of boosts being expended for Ultimates to get this out of dodge, as Daniel has a skirmish against LJ. All three of NRG being sent, the 1v1, won by Chronic, but it's not over for Beast Mode, the shot not on target, and the recovery for Atomic. He keeps the ball up, Daniel against First Killer, and it's popped up more time for NRG to strike, to swing.
Okay.
Will it be Atomic? And now Beast Mode. Daniel against LJ, but beats that are going Ultimates away in the floor, and NRG get nothing, and it's Ultimates with game 2.
And quite the try there at the end. I saw Beast Mode going for that touch, but Daniel was on misread. I put that more on Beast Mode with a misread than I do on the Daniel whiff, but the Daniel whiff doesn't happen, then we're never talking about that, right? But here we are, Ultimates, they take advantage of it. And we got a longer series on our hands.
Yep. Chorby, you're the judge and the jury, but which team will be the executioner? At least no team will be out quite yet and just Swiss round 2, but this is about making a statement, okay? Ultimates had the last laugh, NRG have the most amount of wins in this matchup, but we have a tie series after that Ultimates comeback after an NRG that demoed everybody and couldn't rack up the score enough. That just speaks to Ultimates and their resilience on defense to buy time for those respawns.
Good lead from Chronic, or just a good pass. And decent vision from him in the last 7 or 8 minutes. Gets a nice pop-up here. He sees Beast Mode, eyed him up. Beast Mode does well to avoid him, but he's forced to waste a boost, and that puts Beast Mode off the target of where he wants to go, because he doesn't get to control the ball. And Ultimates continue roll around, take more of this boost. Beast Mode got the midfield. They still have to wait for an Ultimates passing play. Beast Mode has to stretch too far. He can't get there. Daniel also expending the tank. You see underneath him, that's Ultimates taking his boost away. NRG slowly getting starved, and Ultimates doing well to move him across. First Killer got harassed from behind. He couldn't go, or else he was dying. And that's enough. NRG are doing enough to keep Ultimates away from that big shot. But First Killer's still gonna line it up. First Killer still got a dagger right into NRG's net.
NRG have had really good stagger challenges as Ultimates have been taking the ball up high, and as they just air dribble NRG challenge, they've killed the ball every single time until the backboard was left open and First Killer saw his opportunity to double tap that in. So eventually this was gonna bleed through with what, a 90-second offense from Ultimates. Like, they were just knocking at that defense, but here Beast Mode with just an open net making, well, the tie look easy, I guess.
Yeah, Beast Mode grabs the dressers, he starts breaking apart the chairs and stacking them all up against the door and pushing it right back into Ultimate's face there. NRG happy to take that one back. Not a rare open net for Ultimates in the last about game and a half or so. Almost got one right back on the kickoff.
Yeah, NRG are more front and center when it comes to their defense, and Ultimates are just trying to crisscross and really be on proactive prevention duty. Oh, that was nasty!
Oh man, he was just reloading for another one. Atomic sets this up nicely, a beautiful touch to get past that first defender, but that redirect is too good, man. That was juicy.
And it's not just the Beast Mode Daniel masterful duo. Like, Atomic is fully part of that picture and usually has to hang back to watch the other two shine, but Atomic is just as deadly and sets up everyone for success. And it's NRG with a lead after thwarting a powerful offense off the first minute of play, but First Killer with the second touch. LJ adding on to the pressure. Rebounds being fought for by Chronic because LJ almost took it low ball in. And NRG's defense is something you just gotta shred apart by force if you hope to get through.
You know, it's funny, say Atomic, usually the one that has to step back a little bit, and you know, in North America he was 5th or the best on NRG in goals per game. Everyone else following behind him. Definitely a product of that opening for Beast Mode and Daniel to get those shots. And when it works, it works. First Killer gets the bump. That just helped Beast Mode get back down to the ground and recover.
It's just a dynamic trio on that side for sure.
Like the Three Musketeers, the What are famous trios, chat? Go.
Oh, jeez.
Not you. You're not you. You're not chat. You don't have to. There's a game going.
Spice Girls, but there's like 5 and I can't count.
That's not 3.
That's a lot.
The Backstreet Boys. Wait, no, that's not. Oh, that's not 3.
No, that's also a lot.
We're doing terribly, chat. Please help.
Well, good backflip from Beast Mode. You gotta slow this down. I don't think you can stop it, but you can try to slow it down. As Ultimates looking for the equalizer with about 90 seconds left. Low on boost. Atomic with a catch. Daniel serving it up right.
Now this was all Atomic. Knows that there's one defender coming back towards him, so put it high, put it away, and trust in your boy to sink it. Daniel is the one to do it. That touch was beautiful from Atomic. You know you got that advantage. It will take you a little too much time to take the shot, and you're unsure if First Killer will be able to get back in time to defend that, so make it a sure thing. 100% is better than 80%, and Atomic is 100% made a steal, keeping that ball out of the net. Daniel gets a demo on the other side, and Beast Mode will make sure that they do not lose their insurance.
NRG could just be adding to this tally if they're not careful, and Ultimates are playing catch-up. I know you like your mustard, Jorby, but this has just been about trying to keep up with NRG.
You can't help yourself, can you?
I know. You really like your condiments. I have to point that out.
Only a minute left, though, for the Ultimates.
Can they relish in the victory for NRG?
I'm not. You're not baiting me into this. Daniel trying to bait a challenge. He gets bumped out of the way. No good touch. Just kidding. Your First Killer. I'm familiar with your game, so I don't know why I doubted you on this. Nice dunk. Great play. 42 seconds left, and Ultimates have bought themselves a chance here. I thought Atomic would get a little bit more of that ball. But First Killer just had so much momentum. He was right on top of him, and Atomic got dust.
Such an insane dunk. And 40 seconds for Ultimates to force overtime. And it starts with Chronic and LJ not getting a good launch, and Beast Mode making them even look more awkward. Daniel will just receive. At least First Killer won't make it easy as Daniel tries to pop this ball out to Atomic, and it's nuclear for NRG.
It's too hard for Ultimates to get out of this one. First Killer gets bopped out of the play. Daniel just flips forward, stuffs all of Chronic's momentum, and he only stays still because of his timing on his flip. But it's also because of that the ball goes nowhere. Thanks to Daniel's bump, he sets all of that up, and there, Daniel is finding all of the production that he was missing in the earlier games. And as a result, look at that. NRG have 4 goals on the board. And Ultimate's got to create a miracle, unfortunately for them. Daniel's in the way. Chronic and First Killer on the air show. They're never going to get anything, though. And so Ultimate's now only got 1 game left to try to take down NRG in game 2, or game... Yeah, they only got 1 game left to lose. That's all I needed to say. Thank you.
Hopefully, we got more to say after this. NRG will go to match point after taking game 1, dropping a game 2, and here we are with quite a...
And the smart game together, really. Those things aren't even mutually exclusive. They're playing a great series so far. Now Ultimates have to respond.
Yeah, for NRG to get as many demos as they did, 8 last game, 7 this game, and to not find themselves out of the picture and at arm's reach of the play at all times really speaks to just how synchronized NRG are. But Ultimates did take a game, and they could force Champions Field, but they gotta lock in. And that means that first touch has to be perfect, execution has to be flawless when you're going up against a team as good as NRG, and it gets shoved through by Chronic. That's a great start for Ultimates.
It is a good start for sure. First Killer with the pop-up dribble. He can go a couple different ways. He can bump Daniel there. Daniel just wants to get in the way and give a chance for Atomic or Beast Mode to go, but multiple from NRG go. They all end up on the same post, making it easy for Chronic to win that 50 after that initial touch that he had. It was a poor initial shot, and whoa, Beast Mode caught the ball off the bar, and we'll tip that one in. Look at the little smile from him afterwards.
This is so deja vu from the last game where Ultimates put so much effort into that first goal, and then Beast Mode had the open net. Now, of course, this wasn't that, but it's always Beast Mode, man. It's always Beast Mode that keeps NRG still in the game. That doesn't let Ultimates smile from ear to ear for too long.
I mean, I got to give Daniel credit again. His physicality is creating these opportunities. He bumps the first player out of the way. He creates that opportunity for Beast Mode to start. And so the physicality, we've been talking a lot about it, and something tells me it will keep happening. NRG finding ways to create value out of the physical game.
Atomic shoving first killer there. I was worried he was just going to add more power to the punch, which could have just bumped his way into the net. But all for naught. Ultimates won't score in that moment. First killer with a good dribble going down. One dodge on the challenge, has to concede. LJ tries to add and maybe even redirect into the net, or at least prevent NRG with possession. Now LJ just starts peppering the net. I'd like to see Ultimates keep the ball and go for more quality, but it's tough with all the cooks of NRG in the kitchen.
I think they need, like, Ultimate's got to put a new recipe in the cookbook, because a lot of their best looks have been air dribble, attempted bump, or air dribble bump pass. Something that includes an air dribble bump. And look, I'm a big fan of a good air dribble bump. Don't get me wrong, especially when you link it up with a pass, but NRG have been able to avoid a lot of these situations, and you're not going to get that situation where NRG bite on first killer's touch, making an easy goal for Chronic to score off of a dunk. They need to find ways to change that up and actually catch NRG out on what they're expecting. NRG have anticipated it. They've adjusted on it, and now Beast Mode gives it right back. Goomba stop, Goomba demo. But no play there for NRG just yet.
Yeah, Ultimates have barely demoed at all, and if anything, it's LJ just trying to see if he could get Ultimates more time on the ball, because there's definitely all three players that could be amazing with time and space to do so. We're still left with a tie game going to the second half, Torby.
And that touch even, the Chronic's too far back for that. The ball's in neutral space, and now you got to go contest it. It's not what you want if you're Ultimates. You want to try to dictate pace of play, not constantly have to wrestle the ball away from Beast Mode.
Chance, Daniel, good read, Beast Mode at the front. Daniel with a dribble, hoping to make contact as Atomic was playing low, looking for demos and bumps as well. And Ultimates stand tall, still in the net, but looking for clears has been a different story. NRG have had beats, and they just continue to add to the pressure. Now, it's not lethal, it's not NRG really putting shots on target, but not letting Ultimates form anything special.
And the 50 didn't go Chronic's way. He covered it up nicely, but there was nobody there to follow him up. And Ultimates just get stuck on defense. And he took the clear out. Beast Mode's right there. First killer tries to hold the ball here. Chronic's too scared to go. He saw Beast Mode, and he thought he was going to run into his own death. He dies anyway. I think Beast Mode got 3 demos in the last 10 seconds. Now the shot off the post. Chronic gets dusted by his own net. And Daniel will put the ball in easily, but they are ripping them apart. There's going to be no chassis left by the time this game is over.
And there's 2/3 of Ultimates with no boost. You gotta just go to the next town and see what shop is open. You need resources to be able to contend against NRG in the air. As Atomic at first killer, what patience from the defense until Daniel fires one through. And this is a solid lead building now for NRG.
Great adjustment immediately from Atomic. He read that bounce right before it happened, put him in a perfect spot to make it uncomfortable, and then first killer, he's got to jump and just try to predict when Beast Mode's going to get there and try to time it. But once you jump in the air, your timing is limited. Beast Mode can just wait, and he knows exactly when to pick his moment. But he had him dead right after that bounce. Ultimate's getting killed right now on those tries. Still a little bit here. There's just not enough energy on it. Not enough done on offense to actually force NRG off their mark without the mistakes. What do they have? Off the post, first killer. Make sure that one goes in. It almost didn't.
Yeah, first killer was just camped out there from this first engagement against Beast Mode, and just kind of right place at the right time, drives it through the net. And it was Ultimates, even just on the approach towards the orange half, were so good at flicks and dodging challenges while maintaining possession. So hard to do, great recoveries, and something that blossomed at the end with 1 minute remaining. Match point for NRG. Can they maintain this?
Chronic was like Michael Jordan in Space Jam there with a long stretch, except he was trying to tackle Beast Mode. He had like no boost to do it. I mean, I respect the try, but also, you know, that just shows you they don't feel like they can beat him. They have to go bump him instead, because he could have just taken that ball off the ceiling touch, but he knew Beast Mode was there. First killer got a good 50. Oh my goodness, that one worked out, but somehow it went right back to Atomic. He was right in the rotation, no problem. Time running out.
Chronic able to cut this off, but his second man just got demoed. Ultimate's on the retreat, and they can't afford anything else, and they gotta travel from coast to coast with NRG just needing to kill momentum, to kill time. Beast mode on full disruption. Atomic misses the challenge. Beast mode pops it up. Atomic goes for contact on Chronic as he maintains the ball, and LJ to the back wall.
Okay.
Killer keeps the play alive, and Beast mode now can watch from above as he ends maybe this series. One last shot, and it's NRG 3-1.
A decent try there at the end from the Ultimates, but Beast Mode's just too powerful. Those demos, he had 4 demos. I see, this is why demos need points.